Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email us, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. Today, we discuss a 2023 launch from IWC that is a cross-branding exercise with Mercedes-Benz AMG. Of course, this is a long-running partnership dating back to at least 2004, and today it has been expanded into IWC and Mercedes-Benz AMG's involvement in Formula One. But this watch is dedicated to a road-going and off-road-going vehicle. It is the IWC Big Pilot's watch AMG G63 edition, so it's inspired by the Geländewagen. This is a watch that is based on the Big Pilot. It's been around since 2002, but it is more of a driver's take on the Big Pilot. You are piloting your 4x4 or 6x6. So this watch is made of armor gold, more on that in a moment, 46.2 millimeters in diameter, 14.5 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip, 56.2 millimeters with a 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs. It is too large for me. My wrist is 16 centimeters in circumference, and I believe your wrist needs to be at least 17 centimeters circumference to wear this well. Further away I get, the more you could see that a wrist a bit larger than mine is necessary here. The lugs are out over the edge of my wrist on both sides, and you can particularly see that from the top. So you do need to have a bigger wrist. It's not super thick for what it is, and it does have a stepped case flank, so if your wrist is big enough to wear it, your jacket cuff is probably big enough to clear it. The strap's an interesting piece. Motorsports inspired. It has an Alcantara-like microfiber on the top and then rubber on the bottom. So it's going to be long-lasting. The rubber is thick. There's a gusset molded in to prevent gouging. We've got a very silky feel to that microfiber, and it's a nice black tone to match the rubber. So at first glance, it looks like it's a mono material. It's actually two. Single fold deployant clasp. You can see media blast and polish with some satination externally. It is a friction fit snap shut to stay closed. Then the case here is media blasted, a unique treatment that's designed to highlight the lines of the watch. The gold can be so bright when polished, IWC decided to mute it to just a few highlights: the expanding bevel on the lugs, the tip of the bezel, and then some elements of the buckle. And that's it. For the most part, this is a media blasted case. You can see that the lugs are fairly simple in design. They taper at each end. We have a screw-down crown. The screw-down crown is enormous, and it is sort of onion style. The watch, of course, every Big Pilot's watch is inspired by the 1940 Beobachtungsuhr, the B-Uhr, the observation watch used by the Luftwaffe. Yes, that Luftwaffe. Never quite understood the marketing appeal of that reference, but I do understand the marketing appeal of a big, technically accomplished watch, which is what this is. And it is still good at what it was originally designed to do, which is offer utmost legibility at a glance. That is one reason why it is a big pilot's watch and not merely a regular pilot's watch. One big change, though, for the big watch is that over the years, this screw-down crown has been upgraded from a case that's 60 meters water resistant to one that's 100, so this can now be used for swimming in good conscience. The dial has a lovely crosshatch, and by the way, this is designed to match the G63 Grand Edition. So there was a G63 Grand Edition that came out in 2023 with a number of different design elements and also the color palette of gold and black. And so that's where these specific design choices and detailing choices come from. That is the derivation of them. Interesting case for a Big Pilot's watch to have the date, the running seconds at 9, and then the power reserve indicator at 3. It's an interesting look, and it gives the watch a little bit of one might say an owl-like aesthetic, almost like an owl is staring at you. We also have pareidolia, which is the phenomenon of seeing faces or physiognomies where they don't exist, and that is also the impression you get when you look at the index at 12. Taking a look at the dial, it's got that cross-hatching texture, concentric patterns within the sub-registers. Let's do a loom shot real quick. Absolutely no shortage. And you can see that the sub-registers and sub-register hands are luminescent in a second tone so that they contrast more obviously in the dark. I mentioned it is an observation watch, and you can observe quite easily. The watch features a number of setting modes, one of which is the stop seconds function. You pull the crown out. By the way, the crown is very solid when fully withdrawn. A lot of watches have crowns that wobble around like they're going to break off when you pull them out. This feels incredibly anchored and robust. The setting action is smooth. You can see we've got a stop seconds function here because the seconds hand has halted, so you can set the watch to a reference time. And then there's also a quick set mechanism that allows you to rapidly cycle the date down at the bottom of the dial. That's usually useful for irregular length months when you roll over to the next month, or if the watch should run down for any reason. Now, it does have a 7-day power reserve, and the nice thing is that the gearing for the winding is actually pretty tall, which means that hand advances quite promptly, and you don't have to wind it all day long to get up to 7 days of power reserve. On some watches, you do. Some watches with a long power reserve, even just 5 days, not 7, they can take over 100 turns of the crown. Rolling it over, by the way, this watch is secured against the ejection of seals and crystals if you are in an aircraft cabin that explosively decompresses. Hey, every little bit counts, right? IWC giving you more than you expect, and that is the definition of luxury. Taking a look at the back side, I'm going to do my best to remove the fingerprints, but this is a smoked sapphire. You can see the case back is designed to look like the wheel cover of the spare wheel on the back of a Geländewagen, a G-Class. And then underneath that, you can see the latest version of IWC's long-running 7-day automatic movement. It's still huge at 38.2 millimeters in diameter. The specific movement used in this application is the 52010 bidirectional automatic winding. One of the features now is that it has a full ceramic pawl and pawl wheel Peloton pawl-based winding system. Bidirectional winding, very shock resistant, very efficient, and with the double ceramic, the pawls and the pawl wheel, doesn't have the tendency to create debris on the movement like older Peloton systems did. This pawl-based winding system, created by IWC watchmaker Albert Peloton and implemented in the early 50s, it was the progenitor of every single lever-based, pawl-based winding system. Rose gold medallion inside the rotor. You can see that it winds 2 barrels. One of the problems with all previous versions of this movement, whenever it was single barrel, it had a tendency to gallop and run really fast when fully wound, and then start losing a lot of time towards the end. IWC finally fixed that with the 52000 series, with the 2 barrels and the 4 hertz beat rate, which is what we have here, when those movements started debuting in 2015. It is a 4 hertz beat rate. Previous versions, the 5000 through 51000 series, they were 2.5 hertz or 3 hertz, so this is 28,800 vibrations per hour. We have a free sprung balance adjusted in 5 positions with a overcoil hairspring for isochronous operation in any physical position. The bridge for the barrels is now skeletonized so you can see them. It's a 31 joule movement. It's very nicely made. It is a manufacturer caliber. Not every IWC movement is designed and made by IWC, but this one is both of those, and it is very technically impressive. If you love this watch, reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.